JHB1. We are representing Fortress Risk Management Consultants in Berhad, and today we will present our preliminary risk assessment and risk treatment strategies for AirTrunk JBH1 data center located in Johor, Malaysia. AirTrunk JBH1 is one of the largest hyperscale data centers in Southeast Asia. It plays a vital role in supporting cloud computing, artificial intelligence, enterprise storage, and other mission-critical digital services. Since data centers operate continuously, even a small disruption can have significant consequences, including financial loss, service interruption, and reputational damage. Therefore, effective risk management is essential to ensure that all operations remain safe, reliable, and efficient. As the appointed consultant, our role is to identify potential risks, assess their likelihood and impact, and recommend suitable control measures to minimize the risk. This assessment focuses on several major categories of risk, which namely strategic risk, financial risk, operational risk, technical risk, environmental risk, health and safety risk, and security risk. We also propose several strategies based on hierarchy principle and international recognized risk management practices. Now, let us begin with the first category, which is strategic risk. Strategic risks refer to the factors that may affect the long-term goals, competitiveness, and sustainability of AirTrunk JBH1. These risks are closely related to management decisions, business planning, and external changes within the industry. The first strategic risk is business continuity disruption. Since AirTrunk provides digital infrastructure to many organizations, any interruption to its services could affect customers, reduce business performance, and damage the company's reputation. The second strategic risk is regulatory change. As environmental regulation, energy efficiency standards, and cybersecurity requirements continue to evolve, AirTrunk must continuously adapt its operation to remain compliant. Failure to comply may result in legal penalties and increased operational costs. Another strategic risk is the rapid advancement of technology. The digital industry is continuously evolving, and data centers must continuously upgrade their infrastructure to meet increasing customer expectations. Delayed investment in new technologies may reduce competitiveness within the market. To minimize these strategic risks, we recommend that AirTrunk establish a comprehensive business continuity plan, conducts regular strategic reviews, monitors regulatory development, and invests in innovation and digital transformation. These measures will help the organization remain competitive while ensuring long-term operational resilience.
The second category is financial risk. Financial risks refer to events that may increase operational costs or causing financial losses. The first financial risk is equipment failure. If critical equipment such as server, cooling system, UPS, or backup generator fail, AirTrunk may face expensive repair or replacement costs and possible service downtime. The second risk is rising electricity costs. Since data centers operate 24 hours a day, electricity is one of the highest operating expenses. Any increase in energy prices will increase overall operating costs. Another risk is also business interruption. Service outage may result in revenue loss, customer dissatisfactions, and possible financial penalties. To reduce this risk, AirTrunk should carry out preventive maintenance, improve energy efficiency, monitoring operational costs, and maintains insurance and contingency funds. Next is operational risks. Operational risks are related to failure in daily operation, equipment, or human activity. The first risk is cooling system failure. If the cooling system stops working, server temperature can rise quickly, causing overheating, equipment damage, and service interruptions. The second risk is power supply interruption. Although AirTrunk has UPS system and backup generators, any failure in this system may disrupt operations. Another operational risk is human error. Such mistake during maintenance or not following standard operation procedure. So, to maintain this risk, AirTrunk should conduct regular inspection, implement preventive and predictive maintenance, continuous monitoring system using the building management system, and provide regular staff training. Next is technical risk. Technical risks involve failure in IT system, electrical infrastructure, and communication network. The first technical risk is server failure. Hardware or software problems can interrupt customer service and affect business operations. The second risk is electrical infrastructure failure, such as problem with transformer, switchgear, UPS unit, or backup generators, which can cause major downtime. Another technical risk is network failure, which may interrupt communication between server and customer. So, in order to reduce this risk, AirTrunk should use redundant system such as N plus 1 or 2N configurations, performance routing equipment testing, monitoring system performance continuously, and maintaining a disaster recovery plan.
The next category is environmental risk. Environmental risks refer to the external environmental conditions that may affect the safety, performance, and sustainability of AirTrunk JHB1 data center. One major environmental risk is flooding. Heavy rainfall or inadequate drainage system may cause the floodwater to enter the critical operational areas and damage electrical equipment, generators, cooling system, and server infrastructure. So this situation could interrupt the operation and result in substantial financial losses. Another environmental risk is extreme weather and climate change. Increasing temperature requires cooling system to work harder, resulting in higher electricity consumption and the greater stress on mechanical equipment. Extreme weather conditions may also affect the reliability of external utility services. Air pollution and dust accumulation can also reduce the efficiency of air filtration system and cooling equipment, which may indirectly affect server performance and increase maintenance requirements. To minimize the environmental risk, AirTrunk should implement the effective drainage system, conduct regular environmental inspection, continuously monitor weather conditions, improve energy efficiency, and adopt the sustainability environmental management practice. In addition, investment in renewable energy technologies and climate resilience planning will help the organization reduce the environmental impacts while supporting long-term operational sustainability. This proactive environmental management approach ensures that AirTrunk remains resilient against both natural hazards and future environmental challenges. Now, I would like to explain the health and safety risks associated with AirTrunk JHB1 data center. Health and safety risks refer to hazards that may affect the employees, contractors, visitors, and anyone working within the data center environment. Since AirTrunk operates sophisticated electrical and mechanical systems 24 hours a day, maintaining a safe workplace is a top priority. The first health and safety risk is electrical hazard. Employees working near high voltage equipment such as the switchboard, transformer, and UPS system may be exposed to electric shock or arc flash incidents if proper safety procedures are not followed. The second major risk is fire incidents. Data centers contain the large quantities of electrical equipment operating continuously, increasing the potential for overheating and electrical fault. Although modern fire detection and suppression systems are installed, fire remains one of the most critical risks because it can damage the valuable assets and interrupt the business operation. Another important health and safety risk involve slips, trips, and falls during maintenance activities. Wet floors, loose cables, poor housekeeping, or improper use of equipment may result in workplace accidents and injuries. To minimize this risk, AirTrunk should fully implement the hierarchy process by identifying workplace hazards, assessing the level of risk, and applying appropriate countermeasures. Employees should receive a regular safety training, use suitable personal protective equipment, and strictly follow standard operating procedure during the maintenance activities. In addition, emergency drills, fire evacuation exercise, and routine workplace inspection should be conducted regularly to improve emergency preparedness and strengthen the organization's overall safety culture. The next category is security risk, which includes both physical security and cyber security. As one of Malaysia's leading hyperscale data centers, AirTrunk JHB1 stores critical digital infrastructure and the sensitive customer information. Therefore, maintaining a high level of security is essential to protect business operation and customer trust. The first security risk is unauthorized physical access. Intruders may attempt to enter the restricted areas to steal equipment, damage infrastructure, or carry out the act of sabotage. Such incidents may interrupt the operation and cause the substantial financial losses. The second security risk is cyber attack. Threats such as ransomware, malware, phishing, and distributed denial of services attack may compromise the confidential information, disrupt service, and affect the availability of digital infrastructure. Another security concern is data breaches, where sensitive customer information may be exposed because of system vulnerabilities or human error. Such incidents may damage the company's reputation and result in legal consequences. To reduce the security risk, AirTrunk should implement the multiple layers of protection, including the biometric access control, CCTV surveillance, 24-hour security personnel, intrusion detection system, firewalls, data encryption, and multi-factor authentication. The regular penetration testing, vulnerability assessment, software update, and the cybersecurity awareness training should be conducted to ensure that the both employees and system remain prepared against emerging cyber threats. By combining the strong physical security with effective cybersecurity measures, AirTrunk can significantly improve the resilience of its critical structure.
After identifying and assessing the major risks, the next step is to determine the appropriate risk treatment strategies. There are four main strategies. First is risk avoidance, which means eliminating activities that create unacceptable risks, such as replacing outdated equipment or improving unsafe work process. Second is risk reductions. The most common strategy in data centers. These include preventive maintenance, continuous monitorings, employee trainings, routine inspections, and following standard operating procedures. Third is the risk transfer, where financial risks are shared through insurance, equipment warranties, maintenance contracts, or service level agreement with service provider. Finally, risk acceptance is applied too low level risk that cannot be fully eliminated but continuously monitored. By applying these four strategies, AirTrunk JHB1 can improve operational reliability, protect its critical asset, and support business continuity. Next, I will present the SWOT analysis for AirTrunk JHB1 data centers. Starting with the strengths, AirTrunk have a modern hyperscale infrastructures, advanced powers and cooling system, also strong security measures that ensure reliable operations. For the weaknesses, the data center has a high electricity consumptions and depend heavily on continuous power supply, also cooling systems. The opportunity include the growing demand for cloud computing, artificial intelligence, and digital transformations, as well the use of renewable energies and regional expansions. The main threat are cybersecurity attacks, climate change, rising electricity costs, and stricter environmental regulations. Overall, AirTrunk have a strong competitive advantage but must continue improving to remain sustainability. Lastly, the risk prioritizing matrix help prioritize risks based on their likelihood and impacts. Power supply failure, cooling system failure, and cyber attack are classified as extreme risk because they can seriously disrupt operations. Fire incident, equipment failures, and floodings are considered high risk due to their potentials to damage critical assets and cause major financial losses. Meanwhile, human error is a medium risk, which can be reduced through proper trainings and supervisions. Overall, these metrics help management focus on the most critical risks first, allowing resources to be used more effectively and improving the resilience of AirTrunk JHB1. That's all from me. Thank you.
The next section is the HIRAT Risk Register. HIRAT stands for Hazard Identification, Risk Assessment and Risk Control. It is one of the most important occupational safety management tools because it helps organizations identify workplace hazards before accidents occur. For AirTrunk JHB1, several major hazards have been identified. The first hazard is high voltage electrical equipment, which may expose workers to electric shock or arc flash incidents during maintenance activities. To control this risk, employees should follow lockout-tagout procedure, wear appropriate personal protective equipment, and receive specialized electrical safety training. The second hazard is fire within the server room. Existing control measures include automatic fire detection and gas suppression system. However, regular inspection, maintenance, and emergency drills should continue to ensure this system remain fully operational. Another important hazard is cooling system failure, which may result in server overheating. This risk can be controlled through continuous temperature monitoring, predictive maintenance, and standby cooling system. Generator failure and cyber attack are also included within the HIRAT register because both may significantly affect business continuity. Overall, HIRAT provides a systematic approach to identifying hazards, evaluating risks, and implementing effective control measures to improve workplace safety and operational reliability. Finally, I would like to conclude our presentation with several recommendations. Based on our assessment, we recommend that AirTrunk JHB1 continues to strengthen its preventive and predictive maintenance program,
regular inspection and maintenance of critical infrastructure such as servers, UPS system, generator, cooling equipment, and electrical installation are essential to minimize equipment failure and operational downtime. Secondly, AirTrunk should enhance its emergency preparedness and response plan by conducting regular fire drills, emergency simulation, evacuation exercise, and crisis management training. These activities will improve employer readiness and ensure faster response during emergency situations. Thirdly, cybersecurity should remain one of the organization's highest priorities. Continuous monitoring, regular penetration testing, software updates, employee awareness programs, and multi-factor authentication should be implemented to reduce cyber risk. Finally, the organization should continuously review its risk register and update mitigation strategies based on technology development, operational changes, and emerging threats. In conclusion, this assessment identifies 7 major categories of risk-effective AirTrunk JHB1 data center, namely strategic, financial, operational, technical, environmental, health and safety, and security risks. Among these, operational, technical, and cybersecurity risks require the highest level of attention because they have the greatest potential to disrupt business continuity. By implementing effective risk management practice, high-work principle, predictive maintenance, emergency preparedness program, and continuous improvement initiative, AirTrunk JHB1 will be able to strengthen operational resilience, protect its employees and critical assets, and continue providing reliable digital infrastructure service. That's all from us.